Ladies and gentlemen, 21 weeks ago we started with 11 drivers in Australia and SFR Season 3 began. It was a spectacle of a track which no one expected to have such a good race. Or at least I didn't expect to have such a good race. I was a sole commentator back then, and the first race was won by T. Jonas and Salva. The second race in Bahrain was won by another driver, but that was that. It was an interesting race in Bahrain, and it really was an emotional Grand Prix. All of this season has been emotional, and we're about to go through it all because T. Jonas and Lionel have been fighting it out all season long. Lionel really coming back after the start of the season, and it is fantastic. It has been an absolute pleasure, and today we get to see the culmination battle that is happening in SFR. We're about to see what's going to happen at the end of the event. We started with 11 drivers, and now we have the possibility of a full grid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SpeedForce Racing. Welcome to the finale of Season 3 GP2. And it is fantastic right now. And I am, well, that's all the word for it right now, fantastic. Because here are the tables. Lionel is leading for Toro Rosso with 218 points. And T. Jonas is just behind on 217. Then behind them is Farfba in P3 with 151. And Smelly Badger in P4 with 123, sorry. Then there's Mike in P3. Oh god, this is the table's obviously a little bit squiffy by the looks of it. But Mike is in P5 with 107 points, and Di is in P6. Zippo is in P6, 105. Di is in P7, and Racer is in P8. Gaming Things in P9. Blood and Sands in P10. Fefsto is in P11, and Spot Boz is in P12. C. Pazzi is in P13, and Connor is in P14. Alston Senegal in P16, and Racing Podge in P17. Pro Oliver is in P18. Dr. Special Energy is in P19. Plasma K is in P20. This has been one hell of a season, and it really has been, for me, the best season of SFR history. We've had drivers surprise wins, Smelly Badger's win in Silverstone, Mike's dominance over the last couple of races. This has been an absolutely cracking season in SFR, and I wish that we could keep going. I really wish that we could keep going, but all things have to come to the end, and Season 3's GP2 race is finally going to come to a close, and at the end of this Grand Prix we'll know who the champion is and who the champion is not. And I'm very, very emotional right now because I know both of these guys very well. They're two of my best friends, Lionel and T. Jonas. They're two of my best friends, and they are now going to battle it out for the championship. Both of them incredibly nice guys. Both of them determined to give us a good show at the end, but also determined to show what they can do. And we can see now that Lee and everyone is going to be showing off, and we want to give SFR Season 3 a good send-off, and I really hope that SFR gets a good send-off for this race. But here we are in Abu Dhabi, and yes, we have a guy in Abu Dhabi right now, and that's Connor, the GP3 driver, is over in Abu Dhabi. So, Connor, what are the conditions like out there? But it is mental. I will be joined by AJ later on in the evening when he comes online. And tonight is going to be an interesting one. I am very, very emotional. Diabush is now driving back onto... Actually, that's a bit of news. The driver grid was confirmed for 2019. For Season 4 was confirmed. And that was 28 degrees. Says corner out in Abu Dhabi. Well, it's night now, so we can see what happens. I'm just going to actually invite AJ, because I'm not sure if AJ has been invited to, excuse me. While it goes blue. Send him a couple of invites. He said he'd host a party for me. But yes, this season has skyrocketed, and the lists for Season 4 have been revealed, and my name is on them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going back to racing in SpeedForce Racing in Season 4, and I'll be driving for the Haas team alongside Diabush, which is actually the team that I started Season 2 with, but I left mid-season due to the fact that I was called up to commentary after Adam left us. but it was it's been a brilliant season, and I am very, very happy to have taken everyone through this. And yeah, I'm getting emotional. I'm going to get emotional through this, and I'm going to go nuts as I always do at the end of this season. But this one's going to be good. We've never had a tighter battle right now. Lienel sprang out of the depths of third place into second place and rocketed forwards. They're both on equal wins. So if they draw right now, then it's going to get very, very interesting what will happen. And obviously this is Abu Dhabi. Anything can happen at this track. And we're about to find out what will, because we're going to get ready to go over to qualifying here in Abu Dhabi. We have many drivers in, 16 drivers in, both Mercedes with Fletcher Boy and Mike Bundy. That's actually the season 4 pairing. Jai Bush alone, his Ferrari, no Red Bull driver, both Force Indias with gold colours making debut tonight. Electro Dan also making debut, and Yarman returning after Brazil. Smelly Badger and Racer 555 closing out the season in Renault, and Lienel and Zippo still in the title hunt for the constructors, has got trying to knock off Mercedes, but they need a miracle. Haas with Cator, who's also taking his debut alongside Thefster. Peter Solheim alone, his McLaren, he has a qualifying ban, and Alson Senegal and T. Jonas in the Sauber Alfa Romeos all alone. So, who is excited for this race? Everyone is steaming off. I am personally genuinely possibly might cry midway through this one, because I've never taken the season all the way through to this level, and it is just brilliant. So we got I think AJ will be sending me a party invite in a second. Just try and get my phone on charge, and this is going to be a whopper. I'm feeling great right now. Excited and emotional, says Connor, the GP3 driver who'll be watching over from Abu Dhabi. So I'm just going to actually check quickly if I've got the party invite from AJ. Just excuse me. Nope, not yet. Damn you, Alex, where are you? Wrong Alex, different Alex. Alright, so here we are in Abu Dhabi. We're looking at the pit lane. Telemetry on. And for the final time, it's time for qualifying here in SFR. Go Festa, says Sebastian. Yes, go every driver right now. But it's fantastic to watch this, and we're going to see, hopefully get AJ in here in a moment. I think he's just booting up his game. Who's going to be the first driver on track for the final qualifying session here in Abu Dhabi? It looks to be Fletcher Boy in the Mercedes, the number 6 Mercedes, not Nico Rosberg, but Fletcher Boy. See, Pasley has joined. He's unfortunately missed out on the clock time for qualifying. He'll probably be placed in the Ferrari on the default setup. And there it is, the Mercedes bouncing his way out of the pit garage. The first driver to be deployed into GP3, into GP2. Any chance of rain? I highly doubt it. It is Abu Dhabi. But Zippo is actually the first driver on track right now. So we'll follow him. The 34 car getting ready to start his final qualifying laps of the season, here in SFR. No rain, says Peter Solheim. Peter Solheim has got a qualifying ban after that massive collision at the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix between him taking out 2 drivers. So Peter Solheim will be starting from the back of the grid, barring C. Pasley, who's reserving. And there he is. AJ is just running into the comm box now. We should be getting a party invite in a second. Do excuse me while we go blue. So I'll just send him a party invite. But probably be easier. Alright, there we go. So back to racing now as we're looking at it. It's creating the party to do excuse us while we get on with this. We have Zippo on a lap, and we have Fletcher Boy starting his lap as well. The party has been created, so the sound dies down in my earphones as we listen for a... It's just sent me an invite as well. See if he joins. This is absolute chaos right here, and it's the last race of the season. Of course it would be. So you see, Zippo now starting his lap, crossing the line for the first time in the final race here in Abu Dhabi. I am just going to quickly jump into AJ's party. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, guess not. So he must be joining mine.
Because
there he is.
Well, he said he wanted me to host. Hello.
You're right, AJ. Running into the comms box late.
Yeah, as always.
Alright. So AJ is with me. We're all excited for this one. And AJ, how emotional do I sound right now? Because I have let a little tear out.
So emotional. I can tell.
Yeah, but I'm a wuss as well. So, I mean, 21 rounds. You've been here since, I think, Silverstone I brought you in, wasn't it? Or a little bit before that?
It might be slightly before that. I think it was like Canada, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, possibly Canada.
Canada, Monaco, somewhere
Yeah,
around
it was
there.
Monaco,
Yeah,
actually.
no, it's...
Because you came in and did a reserve race in the Prem.
Yeah.
This has been a fantastic season, hasn't it, mate?
It has. It's been really good.
And now we accumulate it right at the end for these guys. Just literally is the end. At one point at the end of it, it will only be sorted when we see who outscores who at the end of the Grand Prix.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's 1 point separating the top of the table, isn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, it is. 1 point. So it's either going to go Toro Rosso's way with Lionel or Alfa Romeo's way with T. Jonas. T. Jonas, who startled everyone at the start of the season as Zippo starts off a laps with 1:36.8, and Fletcher Boy running no assist is going to come down and see if he can challenge that as well. And Lionel really skyrocketing after the mid-season break. He just completely flew away. And look at that, 2 tenths quicker for Fletcher Boy in the Mercedes.
Yeah, Zippo putting in a nice little lap there with 1:36.8. But yeah, Fletcher Boy finding a couple of tenths, possibly towards the end of the track. There's a lot of kind of slow corners and there's a lot of long straights. Those are the kind of 2 main types of areas on this track. And, yeah, you've got to get the corners pretty right to be able to kind of get this track as perfect as possible.
T. Jonas on the Hypersoft tyres, though, championship contender pops it in with a 1:35.1, his teammate a 1:38.2. Yarman's already done 1 lap. Let's go on board with the new driver capture. No, he's done a lap, so it's being invalidated. Here comes Lionel, championship leader, and he's already got 1 hand on the trophy right now. But it's more of a finger, to be honest, with the way that the championship is right now. And it's a 1:36.9, which puts him just pegging with his teammate.
1:35.1 from T. Jonas. That's a really good lap on the Hypersoft tyres.
Look at Electro Dan.
The question will be, yeah, Electro Dan not far behind him on the. He's a second behind him, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's on the on the Upsoft tyres. So that isn't bad.
Yeah.
And then Gold Colours pulling in as well. You're racing Podge. But AJ, can you confirm whether you are moving with me to a Tuesday stream for the GP3 division, or are you gonna leave commentary for a while with SFR?
I don't know. I haven't kind of signed my contract for next year, so
the pundit contract at
we'll
least.
just have to see. Sorry.
The pundit contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't know if you know.
We'll see.
I have been re-signed by the Haas team and returning to SFR. As of in 2 weeks' time, I will be in a car in Australia.
Oh, nice. And you're going into 3 or 2?
GP2.
GP2. Nice.
Provided I'm quick enough. I am coming out of retirement and racing in a few other divisions at the same time in different places on GT Sport, most notably. But I'll be partnering Daibush in the Haas team, provided I am quick enough.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I look forward to watching you race.
Daibush popping it in 30. Now, Dai is actually running very different right now. I think he's sort of decided for the fact that he can't do very well in this season at the end of it, so he's going for to push it at the end of it. And what he's actually done, he's got a spring to repair his broken wheel, because he broke his wheel spring on his throttle pedal.
Yeah.
God, was it last week? Yeah, it was last week, right before the Brazilian race.
It was like the day before the.
Yes, the day before.
The other league. Yep.
Is 2018 worth buying? Says Ludra. With PlayStation controller. Well, I mean, 2018 has been a step up over the old games. This is the last race of this season in SFR. With this one, I mean, you can get it quite discounted now and get it ready. And if you like it enough, you can go for the 2019 game that's coming out in October. But it is a fantastic race. Fantastic game to race on.
In October?
October, August even.
Oh, August. Yeah, it normally comes out in August, doesn't it?
Yeah, around Spa time, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Ooh, talking of Spa, I've requested my interest to go to the 24-hour race in July.
Oh, there's been an issue though. Alston Senegal losing it just by the hotel section, going in way too deep, almost hitting Diabouche, the slow-moving Ferrari, who did exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
Do
it
excuse
gets very
me.
tight through that section, and it's a bit hard to see because the walls are so high, go around the corners. So yeah, it's very easy to get into crashing to the back of someone on there.
Now, this race is very Marmite age. I know for a fact that you like Abu Dhabi so much. Me, less so. But what is the appeal of this track for you?
I like the fact how it turns dark while they're racing. That's pretty cool. That's kind of that's the icing on the cake. I think I like the certain sections. Like this track, apart from the straights, is very technical. Like you can gain, you can lose a lot of lap time as well through the different sections. Like where Diabouche is coming down to through these through this little chicane. Like hitting the curbs just right can catapult you forward. But hitting them wrong, you've got the car bouncing across the track as you go through the corner, and it's not going to line up just as you want. So
Tell you what, through here though, when you get it right, it feels like you're skiing, particularly this bit, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and it's amazing because the fact that most of it feels like a street track because the walls are so close. Like in reality, you remember Nico Hulkenberg going upside down on the
yeah, well,
that
he had to show what's better than Vettel's spinning that season. He had to have the most spectacular crash, barring Alonso at Spa, but you know, Spa normally has that type of thing. But seeing as you mentioned street tracks, have you heard about Formula E?
No.
Personally, can we just applaud the fact that AJ opened that up and he knew I'd do that without knowing? They are going back to London next year.
Are they?
Yeah.
Very good. Are they going to Greenwich Park again?
No, they're not. They're doing it in a new place. I can't tell you where it is right now, but it's at where is it?
Is it a secret? Is it embargoed?
No, I can't remember, to be honest. I think it's a disused tube station that's above ground. Racer has crashed in Sector 1. That's not the way to start your final qualifying session of the year, is it? Sorry, we're midway through at this point, but you know. But it's I think it's a disused tube station that's above ground that they converted into an indoor-outdoor street circuit.
Alright, very interesting. That sounds like quite a lot of fun.
I have already applied for tickets. Electro Dan, one of the debutantes this week. There are 3 debutantes tonight: Electro Dan, Gold Colours, and Cator. They are making their debut tonight in SFR right at the end of the season, so they got nothing to lose. Let's hope that they understand how tight the championship battle is, and they don't cause any unnecessary damage to the championship leaders.
So let me get this right. It's T. Jonas and Linau.
Yeah.
Who are the title contenders. Okay. Cool. And nobody else can get the title now. They're all 25 points behind them all. I
think the closest battle, I think Farfra, is 151 points. Versus these guys who I think. No, I'll take a look now. Give me a second. Right. I'm having a moment.
T. Jonas with the quickest time, 134.9.
He's putting his gauntlet down at this point, isn't he?
Oh wow, God Colours. With a 134.5, smashing T. Jonas' lap.
God Colours, debutante tonight. Again, he's going to have all the pressure in the world if he does finish ahead of the championship leaders, or if he does start ahead of the championship leaders. He's going to have all the pressure in the world above him, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean he can decide what happens in this final tournament.
All right, so here are the points, right? T. Jonas, Linau is ahead on 218 points. T. Jonas is right behind him on 217 points. Then third place Farfra, who is not here tonight, hasn't turned up for the last couple of races, I don't think, is on 151.
Okay. Right, okay.
So they've run away with it.
It's a race.
It really is.
Yeah.
This is Vettel and Alonso right here.
Yeah. Well,
Who's
they've both
who?
gone
I
for
don't
different
know.
strategies. They've both gone for different strategies. T-John's going for the hypersoft tyres.
Well, Lee
Having a
normally does this.
couple of runs on them.
He's shown off
Yeah.
throughout the season that he normally starts the laps on the hardest compound of tyres, does a few on those, and then right at the end he'll go out on the middle compound or the fastest compound, depending on where he is. We do have one driver with a qualifying ban, that is Peter Solheim, after the incident in Brazil. I'm sure you remember the incident.
I'm not sure whether I do actually.
Turn 3, there was a mass collision that cost a few drivers their races.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember that.
I think it's still worth it to buy the game, even if you're not a big F1 fan. I mean, I'm a crazy F1 fan. I love F1, but I'm off racing in a touring car series on the GT Sport game now, and I did send AJ a picture of my beautiful Subaru, but he didn't respond about it. Slightly hurt.
It is very nice. It is very nice.
Thank you. I played it safe with that one. I knew she'd look pretty, but I'm not a massive fan on a touring car. But I thought I'd give it a try racing, and I love it. I really do. Just 3 races in one night is fantastic. But yes, so the last 3 minutes of qualifying. Oh, sorry, 4 minutes of qualifying left here. Katzer getting it wrong, cutting a corner. I mean, arguably you could say that was trying to cut the corner to get back to the pits quicker. If we spy that again, that will be not a penalty for the next season, because obviously everything gets wiped clean next season, but it will be a stern talking to from the admins. Yeah, GT Sport is where I raced that. But I think F1 is still brilliant. Sorry, John.
Yeah, I mean, I think F1, if you're starting out racing, I think that's the way to start. The cars are quicker, but I personally think they're easier to handle than any other game.
Oh yeah.
I think GT Sport is a very close second to that. If you want a good racing experience and some clean but aggressive racing, then GT Sport is the answer. Because the fact that both games have the kind of safety rating and driver rating to help out with that.
Definitely does. So, last 3 minutes 10 seconds on board now with Lee. Well, looking at Lee's garage, there is movement in the Red Bull, in the Force India garage. And there's the launch for, I think, Gas Gaming things. And then Zippo coming around the final corner now on his ultra soft tyres. He has done no laps on his tyre, and that puts him up to P11, dethroning his teammate from the beginning of the outside of the top 10 drivers. But Smelly Badger 2 attempts up on his time in 10th position, about up his time, crossing line. Now it goes to P6. Smelly Badger, winner in Silverstone, is showing that he still has as much pace as he did at the start of the season. Apparently we're a lot like professionals. Oh, really? Professionals us? AJ, apparently we're professionals.
Who said that? Who thinks we're professional?
I think it must be his first stream.
Yeah. Just give it 5 minutes, mate.
Oh yeah, you wait till you see the actual racing begin, because I turned into a child. It's a red one! So Diabush now on his wheel, my teammate for next season in the Haas. Proper commentating, oh yeah, always gonna have some good commentary. And Dive starting his lap on the hypersoft tyres, on the big pink wall tyres. I really can't wait till we get the 2019 game, so we have the basic tyres, the soft, the mediums, and the hards. It's so much easier.
But it's not real. These are the real compounds.
I know, but still.
Just don't be a fan of dumbing down the sport, JB.
Dumbing down the sport. Stroll bought his son a drive. That's dumbing down the sport. Fixing the tyre compound so it's easier to understand. I think that's sort of like making the sport better. Like IndyCar, they only had 2 tyre compounds.
I like being able to explain to people. Like I'm one of those guys at the pub. I wanted to explain to people what all the different.
You're also one of these guys at the pub that gets glassed for being a smart ass.
Yeah, that's probably true as well. I'm gonna be honest.
Looking at Fletcher Boy right now, he's gonna have to, I think, negotiate traffic on his final lap. He's coming in slowly because of his he is running no assist now. He's got no ABS, no anything else. Obviously, he's restarting his lap actually. 16 seconds remain of qualifying here in Abu Dhabi, and we will find out who's where right in a few minutes. Where's Linnell on track?
Yeah,
Linnell is
around
safe.
The first few corners, coming around the first few corners, but he did take that first bit of the track quite wide there. It wasn't the ideal line. It was coming shooting down the main straight, DRS wide open. Let's see if he can beat that 136.
I noticed. Oh, look who it is ahead of him.
It's his good old teammate.
Toro Rosso finally employing a drafting mechanism through their drivers. Festa retiring in P3, and look at that. That is... Gee, Jonas is gone. This could be deciding what it is.
He'll still keep that lap, won't he?
Yeah, he will still keep that lap, but Zippo had to get out of the way of the championship leader, and he did a very good job there, giving him a little bumper draft and then getting on with it. They're now negotiating rounds.
To get this corner right.
Yeah, look at this, yellow flags ahead of him. There is a car in the wall. That looks like Alfa Romeo. That one is an Alfa Romeo there, and that was T. Jonas, his championship rival. Now, look at that, just rolling the little Toro Rosso through the Italian car, just bouncing over the curbs, getting very close to the wall. Is he going to get him up there? Oh, I thought he cut that corner there.
No,
final corner now.
Corners.
No DRS active, cross the line, that puts him P5. An astonishing lap.
Useful lap there. Like through the last few corners there, he just managed to just hit the apexes right, just like slide out all the way to the red and white markers, and just put himself in P5, P6.
Yeah, Yarman now in P4. And Spark Bobster, sorry, Mark, just jumping into the chat, just saying, with a name like Mr. Bentley, he probably gets his head flushed down the toilet rather than getting glassed.
Thanks. It's always appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Right, you come here. So, here's the grid for the final time here in SFR. God Colours in P1 on debut, and T. Jonas in P3. Mike Bundy's in Speed Jonas in P2. I'm already messing up. Mike Bundy in P3, and Yama in P4. Fefster in P5, and Linnell Dan in P6, Electro Dan in P7. Gaming Things is in P8, Tybush in P9, and Smelly Badger is finishing up the top 10. Cator is in P11, and Racing 555 is in P12. Fletcher Boy is in P13, Zippo is in P14, Alison Senegal in P15, Gaming Things is in P16. Pedro Solheim with qualifying ban is in P7, is in P16 himself. Sorry, P15, and then we have C. Pasley on a default strategy right at the back. He's probably in the Ferrari. That's a good moment.
I mean, that wouldn't be so bad. Ferrari's pretty nice on this game.
Yeah, I did. Me and Di were voting to try and get that Ferrari. It was our first pick, but we didn't get the first pick. So Racer and Zippo got it instead. So they're our main targets to destroy in Season 4.
Well, there you go. And then you might be able to take it off them.
Maybe. Season 5's Ferrari looks pretty nice in matte red as well. Look, yeah. I still haven't got all the funding together to buy the Season 5 cars. That's why we're doing another season on this game.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money it costs? I mean, I've had to get GP3 engines sorted, GP2 engines, and that's why these guys yell about it, and Prem engines all sorted, as well as buying the actual ships, the cars from the teams. It's very exhausting.
You know.
All right, for the final time
Sounds
here.
like you're doing a lot of heavy lifting, mate.
Oh, hardy ha, says Mr. Bentley. On the final time here in SFR Season 5, this is the grid. God Colours in P1, header T. Johnson in P2, Mike Bundy in P3. Yama in P4, Fefster in P5, Linnell in P6, Electro Dan in P7. Gaming Things in P8 and Diebush in P9. Smelly Badger in P10. Outside of the top 10 and with free tyre choice is Cator in P11, Ricer 555 in P12, Fletcher Boy in P13 and Zippo in P14, Alston Senegal in P15, Pepper Solheim will qualifying ban in P16, and Gaming Things, C. Pasley is in P17, bringing up the rear of the grid after not qualifying.
Just look at this. This is super interesting. Lee now can see T. Jonas. He can see his target in front of him on the main straight here. What is going to happen? Everybody on different tyre compounds. Hypersoft, Hypersoft, Ultrasoft, Ultrasoft, Hypersoft, Ultrasoft. It's completely mixed up.
if Festa and Yarman get into a battle, that's the thing. T. Jonas is in possibly the best position out of it because he's up in P2. All he has to do is fight God Colors, which is, well, knowing TJ, it's going to be a pretty simple fight. We don't know how God Colors races yet. But Lee is right in the middle. He can get rear-ended. He can get brake checks. He can get his wing damage. He can get a puncture. He can get anything. Lee is in the worst position for the championship, yet he's leading it. And right now, if it finished the race how it does right now on lap 0 out of 28, T. Jonas would be champion.
Yeah, but you just don't know. I mean, T. Jonas, he has the tyres to make last. He's got to do the consistent laps from those softer compound tyres. He's also got to watch the rear tyre temps to make sure they don't get too hot and he ends up spinning the car. Whereas Linal can sit back, he can chill for a few laps, and he can only worry about one stop in this race.
Look at Yarman.
He's got to debate the two.
Aggressively warming up his tyres there was the Williams, but God Colors pulling onto the grid now. AI taking control of his car, 5 seconds ahead of everyone else. That probably won't help him, but the 69 car is ready. And I am very emotional, and I just might cry at the end of this Grand Prix. I love both of these guys who are going to win the championship. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's different what people do, Ludbra, but we will take you through that. AJ, who are you watching in the mid-pack?
I am going to watch Linal. Why not?
All right.
Linal in the mid-pack.
So for the final time here in SFR, the lights are on. Season 3 is over. Not yet though. The drivers are away. And it's a good start from God Colors. A good start as well from the Haas in the mid-pack. And the drivers running down into T1. And T. Jonas trying to stay out of business. And everyone slicing through. No major issues. T. Jonas has been caught out by Yarman. Yarman has passed the championship leader. He's going backwards. The championship leader is struggling. He's being passed by everyone. Alston Senegal is in trouble. And as Racer 555 has been sent round, he's fighting Alston Senegal at the back of the grid. And they're all sliding through towards the end of it. And there's almost contact between the Renault and the Alfa Romeo. And drivers sliding through. Look at Steve Pasley up to the P13 already. Peter Solheim dropping another position on his ultra soft tyres.
Yeah, good start from Lino there, just being very conservative into the couple of first corners. Didn't want to jump in too quickly, doesn't want to have anything happen to him, but he's looking at the inside of Mike Bundy into the after the long straight. And yeah, he's just got a really good run on him now. Can he get him around the outside into the next section of corners?
Yarman has passed God Colors for the lead on the second DRS straight. This is going to be risky for Lee to try and go around the outside. He bails out of the move. And you see in the background, Peter Solheim is fighting Zimmer. Oh, there's contact. Smelly Badger is off and Carbon Fiber flying off one of the cars. It was red. It's Steve Pasley.
Yeah, T. Jonas not getting a very good start off the line. Moving back to third position. Started second.
Divo standing inside of Festa. He has knocked the house off the track. That's his office next year. Don't break it, Divo. You even touched it. Sector 3, there is the NFA. That's Smelly Badger going round. We'll go have a look at him. No, it's Alton Senegal who has got. There's an issue with that Alfa Romeo.
With Alton's?
Yeah, there's a lot of lag coming off him actually. Oh, that's horrendous lag. Lap 1 is over.
I'm not getting any lag off it.
Racing Podge making a comment that has been retracted. I'm not sure what that was. Gaming Things now right at the back of Electro Dan. Electro Dan's gone backwards as well. It seems that I'm having a little bit of lag in the lobby tonight. But Racer is into pit lane.
For a new front wing and a change of tyres to the super softs.
So drivers already pushing, and look at that. I think the Hypersoft tyres were possibly not the call to make. I think that was a big risk that that T. Jonas had to take, but he's already, look at that, he's already 1.3 seconds down. Gaming Things now trying to close up on Electro Dan. Obviously no DRS active yet here in the UAE, in Abu Dhabi. He is within a 10th.
He's got a really good strategy here. Ultra soft tyres. God Colors trying to get anywhere near him along the main straights, but it seems like those ultra soft tyres have started to become the best choice for now.
Excuse me as I have a little burp. Again, Mike Bundy and Lee Nell, these two have been battling over the course of the end of the season, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Lee Nell just needs to control where he's sitting now. He doesn't necessarily need to attack Mike Bundy too much. He just needs to keep pounding in the lap times, not let the tyres get too hot, and just enjoy it. That's the main aim.
Trying to find the closer battle on track. That's Electro Dan and Gaming Things. Gaming Things. No, sorry, it's Festa on the back of Dire Boosh. Festa closing in. He's not managed to do it. Die off the line. Again, green flag still waving here as Zippo loses a position to Peter Solheim. Zippo going to lose another position to Fletcher Boy if he's not careful. Fletcher going round the outside. Zippo going as tight as he can to the curb, and then some little bit of tyre banging there. Zippo trying to hold it down the inside, but it hasn't happened. And DRS is active this lap.
Yeah, good defending, good racing by both of them through the first corner there. But yeah, hard racing. Fletcher Boy coming out victorious in that situation.
Now, I'm just wondering, what's this? DRS is open on God Colours, and DRS is also open on Mike. But Mike has got now a gap from Lee. So this can go any way. I honestly don't know what I'm doing right now, because we are focusing on the championship leaders, but at the same time we are going to focus on the race in hand. Oh, exactly, there is a mistake from Fletcher Boy. Fletcher Boy's made a mistake, and Cator is now through past Zippo, but it must have been a mistake between Fletch over-braking himself, and then Zippo having to take avoiding action, and Cator just chucking up the outside. We didn't see any sort of... Oh, there's their contact!
Zippo with a late dive into that corner. He's lucky to keep his front wing in that situation.
This is Toro Rosso. This is his final race for the Toro Rosso team here. And then Lee now under attack from the Welshman, Diabush. Not going to give anyone the championship fight that he expects. He's on the ultra soft tyres. He wants to push on and continue on the race.
Absolutely, and Lee doesn't look like he's got any heat in those ultra soft tyres. He is all over the place. Those kind of tyres are not working for him in this on this setup.
So, big aggressive move there from the Force India in the background. Peter Solheim getting his way through now on the straight. That's his favourite opportunity into T1 now. Big lag off gaming things though. And now Yarman's made a mistake. Yarman under pressure from Godcobbler's. Godcobbler's trying to go down the inside, but he has not managed to make a move on Yarman yet. The Williams still in P1.
Looks like Yarman's going to go tight to that corner, but
Cattle's out.
Can't make any.
Cator is out just as someone complains about him in the chat, saying that he wasn't driving very well. Zippo with a time penalty now. So we don't know what happened with Cator.
T. Jonas is about to get overtaken by Mike. Is he going to make it? T. Jonas got a horrendous exit from that second part of the chicane. Mike is ahead.
T. Jonas trying to go round the outside of the Mercedes. Mike, a seasoned race winner, as we record him now. He's won a fair few races in SFR, and his most notable moment, though, is going to be crashing into the pit wall in Abu Dhabi, in USA, and that I will never let him live that down. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember that.
Zippo now on the back of C. Pasley. He's trying to make a move, he hasn't made two, so it seems one Toro Rosso fortunes are there, but the other Toro Rosso struggling. Now, again, the Ferrari of Diabush still behind Lee, cannot make a move.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Lee has found a little bit more pace in those tyres. They must have warmed up just a little bit more. But yeah, Die's still hot on his heels. If he makes any more mistakes, he's going to be right on the back of him.
Tefster pulls into pit lane. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag. I don't know where that yellow flag is, who it's for. Not for Alson Senegal. It's Gamey things. There's been a mistake with Gamey. And Zippo pulls into pit lane as well. Gamey has overheated his tyres for a look of it. Zippo in on the ultra soft tyres. There's damage on that Toro Rosso. Sector 1 now a yellow flag. What's happening here? Electro Dan looks like he's in the wall. Electro Dan making a big mistake. He has damage on one Williams. The 25 car under pressure for debutante.
Yeah, it's super easy to make a mistake there. Going around the long right-hander, if you hit the curb or anything like that, then it can put the car into an unsettling position and you're liable to spinning.
Well, as it sounds like AJ is streaming from the pantry right now. We're looking at it now. And the battle continues. Lee now is right behind T. Johnson. At this point, Lee is going to turn up the power and try and get past him early. Or he's going to wait. At Sector 1, we still have a yellow flag. He's going to wait to see what happens with T. Johnson's tyres. He'll see that he's on hypersoft tyres. Maybe he'll wait for TJ to pit. Then he'll power up that Toro Rosso, unleashing all of the Japanese power in the back of that car.
Yeah, Lee now just being patient at the minute. 1.6 seconds behind. He's probably going to make those tyres last a little bit longer. Definitely longer than the hypersoft tyres, so I think he's just wondering how far he can go into this race before switching over to the harder compound.
There you see God Colours making his first stop, and Electro down, losing another position to Alison Senegal, down to the fact that his tyres he has a broken front wing, and the pole sitter getting a 5-second stop and go penalty for speeding into the pit lane, for not slowing down quick enough and getting his pit limiter engaged.
Yeah, super easy to get down, not get down to that pit limiter, especially around that fast corner. But yeah, back out now underneath the kind of underground section, almost like a car park, and back out into the racing line.
Peter Solheim on the back of Daibush. Daibush has been attacking Linnell's rear end for the last couple of laps, but looks like it's taking its toll on his tyres, and now you see Peter Solheim is McLaren Renault at full power is going to try and stuff it round the outside of the full power Ferrari. You see that Ferrari going defensive early. The McLaren trying to go round the outside of the McLaren. It hasn't happened, but Dai has gone deep, and this time Peter Solheim will have the boost again by DRS, and Electro Dan still in the pit lane after breaking that front wing.
Yeah, good frustrating defending by Daibush. He's won to race as much as he can. He will not let any position go.
Oh, contact!
He seems to not want to in this situation.
Lino with and then Fletcher Boy into the back of Peter Solheim. Lino with the first time penalty for the championship leaders, and is that going to define the race? Alison Senegal going round the outside of Steve Pasley. He has managed to do it. Sorry to interrupt you, AJ.
That's right. Go for it. The last race of the season, I'll excuse you for it.
He says that, I'm his boss. Peter Solheim still on the back of Dai, and Dai's hyperstops. I think he's got to pit this lap, really. And there it is, peeling into pit lane. Is Daibush. Sorry, I keep getting everyone confused tonight. You tell the emotions are running high because I keep getting everyone confused.
2.3 seconds is the gap. Yeah, 2.3 seconds is the gap between Lino and T. Jonas.
Plus the 3 seconds that Lee already has.
He must start to slow down.
Plus the 3 seconds Lee has on his time. That's the gap. So what are we talking? We're talking 5 seconds. That's the gap between Lee and the SFR Season 3 Championship in GP2.
Exactly.
Fletcher Boy in the Mercedes is now going to try and push up. He is number 6. Last time the number 6 car raced here in Abu Dhabi, they won the thing. Well, you see, won the championship. You can get who I'm referencing. You are new to Formula 1. Alright, so Alison Senegal on the hypersoft tyres, then 6 laps. Hopefully, Alsan is in the mic talking to T. Jonas, trying to work out where they pit. CPAS is going to go down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, and look at the braking difference. The just hypersoft tyres have got no brakes whatsoever. Everyone pushing on. Lap 7 out of 28 here, and Yarman is our leader ahead of Mike Bundy in P2 and T. Jonas in P3. Championship leader in P4. And right now, Linnell has not won the championship. Right, AJ's abandoned me again.
I haven't abandoned you. I'm just I'm watching intently for anything going on.
It is.
Everything seems to be calming down just slightly. Fefster approaching the back of the Ferrari sandwich. Yeah, that's the closest battle on track at the moment.
Well, T. Jonas seems to have powered up a bit, so maybe he's pitting this lap, but he is in P3. And Alison Senegal, big lag off Alsan. Can't decide whether he's pitting or not, and there he goes into the pit lane. Has that affected Dai's defence against Fefter? By the looks of it, it's affected more Fefter's run himself.
Yeah, it's not a very good place in the track to overtake. There's only really the straights that you can overtake. I think that's the only problem with this track. It's a better track to watch qualifying on than it is to watch the race, I reckon.
See Pasley, is he going to get the call from Luca Biocco saying get out of the way? I had to change it from Maurizio Bene. Fat Ferrari in the way of the dark horse Fester. Yeah, that'll do. See Pasley getting out of the way of his teammate, and Dai slingshotting past him. And then Fester, is he going to make a move on Pasley? He goes for it. Goes for a late dive bomb. There is contact. Smelly Badger is gone, and then there's more contact from Pasley getting wedged by the Haas. But
yeah, that's incredible. Fester broke so late, but just perfect braking down to there. Just pushing C Pasley slightly wide, and he's back on the back of Dibouche.
Alison Senegal and Zippo making big contact there, and the Renault Osmeli Badger is out of the competition tonight, and that's season 3 over for the Renault. Now you see Alison Senegal trying to pull it round the outside. No, jumping into the inside of the Toro Rosso, and the Toro Rosso just can't get it moved, stuck round. And he's going to try and hold it round in the S's. He has managed to, and he is back ahead of the Alfa Romeo, but these two are battling for P13 right now. Mike Bundy, I think Mike Bundy's turned up his engine, because look at that. Unless Yarman's made a big mistake, Mike Bundy is now going to try and hang it round the outside of the Williams. He hasn't managed to do that as of yet. Senegal is lagging. Yeah, he's lagging terribly right now. DRS opening on the back of Mike Bundy's Mercedes. Yarman going defensive very early. That could have been, again, if he moved a little bit later, that could have been, and Mike had committed to a side, that could have ended in tears right there.
Ooh, going a bit deep there, but I think he's still got it. Yarman's going to come back at him now, though.
On board with the Williams, DRS is going to open now on the Williams. He's going to push and try to go round the outside of the Mercedes. He hasn't managed to do it, and that's T. John. Sorry, I clicked onto the wrong camera. Just a note, guys, we have to follow the leaders of the race as Yarman goes round, and that's why we have to follow the leaders of the race. And that is a big corner cut, and that's going to result in a time penalty from him if he's not careful. Technically, he could have got onto the track quicker by that one, couldn't he? If he'd actually gone back on the proper way on track.
It's possible. I think it's kind of like personal opinion, but he's going to have a lot of grass on his tyres as well now, and he's obviously just overcooked his ultra softs, and that's why he's sliding all over the place. He's losing more time, and Lionel goes straight past him as well. I
think he'll be pulling into pit lane this time. Oh, Lee almost losing on the curve as well, but Yarman does pit. Now the pit barrier gets very close, and T. John is into pit lane as well, and Lionel has just moved into championship winning territory. Now, gaming things on the back of Racer 555. Racer, an experienced driver, gaming things as well, an experienced driver, and these two, there's a lot of lag coming off gaming as well. Some drivers struggling with lag tonight, but it seems that Racer is not one of those. Steve getting out of shape though, as Gamey is trying to flick his way past. Gamey running off track at turn 20. That's the only turn number I know at this track, apart from T1.
Yeah, T. Jonas do very well on those.
Oh, he's now battling. He's battling Dye, and Dye has jumped him. Fester getting a 3-second time penalty that will be added to his time at the end of the Grand Prix. He is right on the back of this battle, but this, you have to imagine T. Jonas with DRS is going to breeze past Dye, isn't he?
Yeah, T. Jonas on the super soft tyres as well. They're going to have a little bit of time to warm up, so he's got to wait for those.
Yarman trying to go around the outside of Fester. It has happened. He has made the move on Fester, but it hasn't culminated yet. Fester will have DRS this time round. DRS flicks open on Yarman, but he's got DRS and T. Jones as well. This is the battle of DRS. Haas versus Williams. We had this with Lance Stroll versus Romain Grosjean last year in Formula 1, but this time it's between Yarman and Fester. Fester, unfortunately, could not make the move, stick around the outside.
Yeah, T. Jonas doing very well to make those hypersoft tyres last for 10 laps there.
Oh, he's made a mistake now. Yarman's going to try and capitalize it. Trying to go around the outside. It's a 25 car. He's going wide. Been forced off by T. Jonas going, no, you are not passing me.
Yeah, Yara making that massive mistake.
Oh, contact there between Racer 555 and Gaming Things. Sorry, mate. And that seemed like they were forcing each other off track there. Okay, gonna just ask everyone. Zippo retiring in sector 3 though. Gonna just ask everyone to stop to turn it down on the calling people madmen in chat and all that. If you would please. You are risking a timeout if you do. That's to every driver, every person in the chat there. This is, you've got to have some respect for the drivers. They are performing for you tonight like monkeys. I am poking several of them with sticks, particularly AJ going dance.
Please no. I don't want to do that. Can you put away the electric taser, please?
No, that's going somewhere else. Yarman is right in the back of T. Jonas. He's got the speed on T. Jonas. The Alfa Romeo may lose a position this time round. Yarman pulling to the inside, deciding not to dive bomb. Lee now losing a position though to Peter Solheim, but he is still in the best position right now of the championship leaders.
Yeah, Lee now right in the back of Peter Solheim as well. doing very well with her.
Well, right now, T. Jonas is going to lose a position to Yarman. Yarman down the inside, running in the back of Diaboosh. Diaboosh losing position, and then Yarman actually handing that position back to T. Jonas with a sound of damage. He just couldn't get it round. And now Festa is the man on attack on that Williams, and that may have just cost Yarman the race if he has to make another unscheduled pit stop.
Yeah, Festa's making a habit of this, being at the back of trains. He's finding his way. He's finding a way to pick through each of these trains when he gets up to them. So let's see what he can do this time.
Definitely will be. So Yarman, another time penalty, and that's down to the fact that he has a damaged front wing. Gold colours right to the back of Lee now. 11 laps with his tyres, starting to suffer on the optional tyres, and he's just leaving. He's landing positions back at this point. Is that damage on the back of on that car? No, that isn't. Lee now losing a position, 2 gold colours into P3. Yarman bouncing over the curves with that broken front wing. And now gaming things right on the back of C. Pasley, right on the back of Racer 555. These two battling long and hard, and we'll see exactly what these guys think later on in the Grand Prix. And there he goes, Racer round, trying to find out where he was, but he is making a big mistake there, almost going round, but he has not lost the position yet, and T. Johns is still fighting with Dye. Dye has got some straight line speed in that car right now, hasn't he?
It seems so, but it also seems like Turn 3 is catching quite a few people out. The different kind of modulations in the track.
Diaboosh getting out of the way for T. Jonas. Now Yarman trying to force his way through. There was contact there, and they're still going side by side, and Dye losing that position to Yarman, and now he's going to be under threat from the Haas or Festa. A bit of a weave there from Dye. Maybe say to Yarman he should hand that back and pushing him off. Who knows?
Driver's just being really patient now, not going for any silly movements.
Linel into pit lane.
Festa just lost it a little bit over the curb.
Dye too, Dye as well.
To regain it.
But Linel is into pit lane. He is going to lose a position to T. John as a championship rival. He's going to lose a position to a lot of drivers, but he's going to be on the freshest tyres out of the championship battle right now, isn't he?
Definitely, it seems so. Seems to have put himself in a decent position, and I don't know whether Linel can handle that. Can Linel go to the end of the race? Can T. Jonas go to the end of the race? I think that will be the question. 3 laps makes the difference.
Racer 555 retiring in Sector 1. I think that's down to damage. So McGockle is right on the back of Peter Solheim. Peter Solheim pushing as hard as he can to try and get into the top 2. He is in the top 2, sorry. And now he's going to push on harder. Okay, here's the question. Lee is going to the end, most definitely. Yeah, lots of people complaining about the internet tonight. Lee is going to the end, most definitely, on these tyres. But will T. Jonas have to stop again, judging by the fact that he is battling really hard with drivers right now?
Well, you just never know. You don't know how much they can save their tyres. Linel's got a bit of clean air in front of him, and presumably people in front of him will have to stop again.
Mike Bundy into pit lane as well. Lots of people putting their 2 cents in the chat. Once again, any incidents that occur will be handed towards the stewards, and the stewards will handle that themselves. All right, Steve. I know we know your opinion on that. So if you could just do me a favour, mate, and just turn it down. You know I like you, but Mike's yeah, that's all I asked there. As Yarman again bouncing over the curbs. The Racer 5 leading the session.
That's a good bounce.
Gold Colour's now going to chuck it up the inside of Peter Solheim, trying to get into P1, and it has succeeded into P1 now. Alright guys, do not argue in the stream chat, I will time you out. I'm not joking at this point. You were taken to the stewards and you're done with it now. Enough with the arguing. Do excuse me, AJ. I apologise.
It's alright, don't worry about it.
So Diaboosh is now pushing on in P5, but Yarman is the driver who's got Luckily, Yarman's getting dragged along by that DRS that he's getting off T. Jonas. I think either that or Diabush would have probably made the move sooner by now, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so. I think T. Jonas kind of struggling to keep it on the track. He's 13 seconds off Peter Solheim now. Is Yaram going to find a way past at some point soon? I think so.
Mike Bundy as well. But T. Jonas, he's jumped leading the pit. Again, I'm going to go back to championship leaders rather than talk about what's on track right now, because I don't know whether T. Jonas is going to have to make another stop.
I'm not sure. 5 laps in. He's got to do... What is that? You get a turn 18 laps on those tyres.
Can he do it?
On the super soft set.
Diabush losing traction. Now Mike Bundy's going to try and go down the inside of Di. Di is defending, and maybe a little tap there from both drivers. But Di slicing through. He's now under pressure from Mike more than anything else. But Yarman is broken free of the drivers, and he's now chasing after T. Jonas on his own. Is he going to chuck it inside? He does not. Mike Bundy is going to chuck it at the inside though from a long way back, and Di knows that he would do that, so he slows him down and says, you know what, you can wait.
Yeah, DRS playing a massive factor along these straights, of course. He's going to go for a wide line.
Round the outside.
Di, but
no.
Di just braking so late.
Di's got a lot of confidence on that wheel right now, especially after repairing it about 15 minutes before the race. He was yelling, steering wheel, the Ferrari mechanics did chuck it at him eventually. Gamey Things is battling Electro Dan pretty heavily. There is tyre contact there, and Dan has handed back that position after going off track, but he's going to be back on the offensive now. Gamey Things DRS open himself. So Dan has got to make the move quick soon. He's going to chuck it at the inside without DRS. That's a big risk for the Williams, but it hasn't happened.
Yeah, kudos to Di though. Start of the season, especially around Austria, he was really struggling with that wheel. He seems to have stuck at it and got a lot better. And look where he is now, fighting for fifth. Well,
he's off strategy right now. That's the thing with Di. He is off strategy. He is on worn ultra soft tyres. But look at Peter Solheim. He's done 15 laps on these tyres. There's no, I'm not going to suggest that, but maybe he's going to go to the hypersoft tyres at the end. That is impossible if he does, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit too far. I think he'll still, well, lap 16. It's possible. It is possible.
Mike Bundy now trying to go around the outside. Mike not having any of it. Sorry, Di not having any of it. Just slicing back down there, forcing Mike to have to wait to turn in. And it's a big risk. Right now, these drivers are pushing hard. Remember Mike losing out on the win. No, it wasn't the win last week. Due to puncture, that was in the Premier race. Getting places all mixed up right here.
As you do.
Yeah. You know me. But look who's on the back of this trail. It's a 72 car of Lee Nell. And Lee slicing forwards. He wants to perform this strategy. He wants to make the move. Stick and Mike. These two battling so hard that they dragged Lee all the way up there. These think I wasn't meant to be involved in this battle yet. Peter Solheim pulls into pit lane. Possibly for a new crash.
Between the two of them though, between the two leaders.
Mike Bundy is punishing that Mercedes, trying to find a gap around the Ferrari, and Di choosing to come back onto the line, which is all fine. Peter Solheim dropping another position down. T. John's sat in P2.
I'm looking forward to Lee Nell on the main straight with the double toe.
Well, to be honest, right now, Di, that's a little bit iffy from Di. I'm not going to lie there. Maybe a little bit of a wiggle for her.
Turning and the braking.
A little bit. But I think Mike won't have a problem with that, because now you have to think this is the point where Di's tyres are done. 10 laps in. Slicing forwards, and this is where Look at that, Lee's going to have it. So Electro Dan is out in sector 3. Mike Bundy trying to go down the inside of Dye. He hasn't managed to do it. Lee Nell trying to get involved. Lee Nell going round the outside of Bundy, and he has done it. What an inspired move from the potential champion.
Incredible move from the potential world champion there. And
he's doing it on, well he's doing it on Dye. Oh, has he gone too deep though? Wide, oh no, that's two warnings. And Dye, ooh, almost kissing the back of that other Italian car. I know he likes Italy, but that's a bit far. Did that rhyme? I'm so sorry. Whoa, down the inside. Mike just cannot make a move. Gold colours into pit lane once more, and that promotes the championship contender of T. Jonas into the lead. But it also promotes Lee Nell into P3. Oh, Dye! That was a difficult one to call there. That could have been classed as a brake check. So Gorko is dropping down. You were expecting to get Peter Solheim's on the Hypersoft tyres.
He is indeed.
Just notice that. Is he going to make it to the end?
So he's going to the end of the race? Yeah, I would have thought so. 18 laps on the softs. Another 10. Yeah, I reckon he can do that.
There's not far between the championship leaders. And remember, Yarman is fighting TJ. So what can Yarman do? He's going to try and chuck it up the inside. He has gone down the inside, but again, he's doing this fake dive bomb thing. He's trying to unsettle T. Jonas, but T. Jonas knows he's going to do that. He's just sat there driving with his knees at this point, isn't he?
Yeah. There we go. 2.6 seconds is the gap between first and third, between two championship rivals, and T. Jonas in first position now.
I don't know who to call right now. Hopefully drivers haven't picked who they want to win the championship and are sort of helping them along in a way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. But it looks like it's T. Jonas is to lose at the minute.
Oh, he's made a mistake though. He made a mistake, yeah, as you said. That Alfa Romeo, I think, is starting to struggle on those sides. Mike Fletcher Boy has made a move on Mike Bundy. So Mike is must be struggling. Has he got damage? Something's happened. Something's happening to Mike. He's just losing. Yeah, he has. He's missing half a front wing. So Bundy pulls into pit lane. That's it for Mike's Season 3 chance of a win. Dying to pit lane as well. Peter Solheim is now the fastest man on track. And Yarman still 7 tenths away from the lead. It's still too close to call right now. Even though we're 10 laps from the end, it's still way too close to call.
Ooh, Peter Solheim going for a dive down the inside of Fletcher Boy. He's now on the back of him, down the DRS straight.
DRS open on the McLaren, slicing through the air. Has that Renault engine got enough pull to get him past the Mercedes? Not this time. Oh, but he has, because Fletcher's made a mistake. Really lock up on the front left tyre. Yarman down the inside for the lead of the Grand Prix. Where is he? He has finally taken the shot. He is ahead of T. Jonas.
And now Lee Nell is closed in as well. They're so close.
This is the championship. What is happening?
Yeah.
One mistake from T. Jonas. Is the Alfa Romeo driver going to crack under pressure?
9 tenths separate the championship. Not even 9 tenths, 6 tenths. Not even that. Less than that.
Something's wrong with T. Jonas' tyres, I think. Look at the way that Lee just closed in. That was insane how close he closed in that few laps. Got close on the back of Fletcher Boy now. The Force India is going to line up a move. No DRS on this straight. He is the fastest man on track. He's going to chuck it up the inside. No, he hasn't managed to. But there's something wrong with Fletcher's tyres as well. I think drivers that pitted early.
Are on the faster tyre.
Yeah, but he's wiggling a lot.
Yeah.
And this is the point now. The championship can be handed anyway. T. Jonas will have DRS. Lee Nell will have DRS. Honda versus Alfa Romeo.
Look at Lee Nell. He's up the inside of him.
Liddell going for the championship lead. He already has it, but he's going to extend it. There's contact between the two of them. Kissing the tyres. No contact that time. Fletcher losing a position. T. Jonas is down into P3.
Yeah, T. Jonas braking very late into that corner, staying alongside Linnell, but he just couldn't do anything.
Oh, no, he's missing back point. Oh.
Nearly came back at him. Nearly did it.
He considered that there, didn't he?
He did, but you have to. Fighting for the championship.
Lee with much younger tyres, and Fletcher Boy dropping down another position. The battle continues. There is contact this time. T. Jonas has spun him, half span, but Lee is still ahead. And I think that was down to TJ. Could have got ahead of him, but TJ, knowing the rules, planted the brakes, said, "Go forwards. I hit you that time." And T. Jonas, is that cracking? Is that the cracks beginning to show at the Alfa Romeo camp?
It seems very close. T. Jonas isn't letting Linnell get away, even though he's just had an overtake on him.
Now Peter Solheim is on the back, so T. Jonas has to attack and defend. T. Jonas can just get it completely mopped from him, as Peter Solheim's going to try it in the McLaren. Peter Solheim he could have gone for a dive bomb there. McLaren trying his hardest. This is a 4-car battle for even the lead of the race, for the winning the race. So who's going to have the best toe here into the next DRS zone? DRS opening on the McLaren. Linnell is closing on Yarm. He's going to try and go round the outside here. And then, look at that, Peter Solheim as well, trying to do the same move. Linnell into the lead of the Grand Prix. T. Jonas still in P3.
Sixth place.
He's not going to be there for long though. Yarman going to the inside. Max Verstappen line. He's there, stood up. Lee giving up the position, knowing he's got younger tyres, knowing Yarman's going to start to burn his out soon. Lee is starting to fight. Remember, Lee has got to break 3 seconds though on T. Jonas.
Yeah, absolutely. But do you think he can do that?
I think he can. I think these guys' tyres are too broken. He's just got to get ahead of Yarman and break DRS, and that's fine. These guys are all fighting, remember?
Yeah, but that sounds easier than it actually is.
It really does. Look at that. Peter Solheim is going to be the thing that can save Lee's race here. If he battles T. Jonas to the point that they drop a position, that could happen. Peter's favourite overtaking zone has been T1. He hasn't made the move here yet. He's right on the back though of a Norwegian driver. Losing it on the curve a little bit. He's still there though. But Peter's got the grip. Look at that. He's going to try and stick it around the outside of T. Jonas. There's no gap there. Oh, he's down the inside though of the Alfa Romeo. And look, they're bringing God colours into it as well.
The top 5 all fighting. How crazy is this?
DRS open once more on Toro Rosso. He's a little bit further back than last time. Yarman moves one way. Linnell is going to chuck it up the inside. No, he decides not to. Peter Solheim this time is going to try and make the move around the outside. And he has not made it stick. They're going to make contact though. No, they're not. And a brilliant, respectful move there from T. Jonas to try and defend from him. Gave me things a time penalty in the background. They're slicing through.
Both of them have DRS.
My cat's getting very, very concerned why I'm shouting, but it's so close. Linnell again into the lead, and this is where Lee needed to get the lead last time.
Yeah, and Peter Solheim is in front of T. Jonas, so it means that Linnell and T. Jonas are almost at equal opposite ends of this train.
Oh, Yarman's off! Contact! There has been contact!
I think Yarman's overheated his tyres again.
I think Yarman ran into the back of Peter Solheim, or Peter Solheim into the back of Yarman. Now, Peter, if he has damage, is going to be the biggest issue here. Now, T. Jonas losing it on the curve! Is that the championship? Is the question. Yarman, another stop and go penalty. This is sensational. There's not enough adjectives in the world to describe this race right here. Linnell, oh no! Another time penalty for Linnell! 6 seconds on his time!
Now that is going to be very close.
I think T. Jonas' tyres are overheating.
Yeah, He seems to be falling back ever so slightly from the
Gold
leaders.
colours into P3.
Gold colours.
Pena Solheim trying to
Makes
get into
that look
P1.
easy.
Lee has 2 penalties right now. Sector 3, we have a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that is, but we got to focus on this battle right here. Fletch is involved as well. Dropping another position down is going to be T. Jonas if Fletcher can get there. I think T. Jonas pitted just that a little bit too early for this race. The way he's sliding though, the rear tyres aren't happy on that Alfa Romeo.
No, they don't seem to be, but it'll be interesting to see how many more laps he's got left out of those tyres.
I'll tell you what the best tool for this situation is though. If we go to leader, he's still only 2 seconds off the leader. Sector 1 yellow flag, Gaming Things is gone in Sector 1. If a late safety car happened now, these drivers would be probably crying, and Lee's stress levels, I can imagine, I wish we had a heart monitor on him. I wish I could see it, because imagine his heart rate right now. This is possibly the most intense battle for SFR history. Pena Solheim wide, Gaming Things' second car disappearing there. And I think Gold Colours have to hand that back due to a infringement of the yellow flags. But these two battling now, is it going to allow Lee to pull away? But Lee, once again, remember, has 6 seconds to add to his time.
Yeah, T. John is falling further and further back.
This should be pretty simple. As Gold Colours making a move on Pena Solheim as well. And T. Jonas is now down into P5. The championship slipping further and further away, but he's still within that time margin. Let's have a look again at the leader. He's only 3 seconds off him. If Lee can carry on his pace and not battle, this could go any way. There's still got time to go. And look at that, Pena Solheim and Gold Colours. Oh, contact there, saving each other's race, saving Lee's race as they are fighting each other. Yarman making a move on Daivush in P9. Trying to keep my eyes on everything right now.
Winning. I can't see anybody else winning unless Lionel makes a mistake, but he looks pretty set. 4 more laps and he's got this in the bag.
Well, remember what happened where said in another league that I commentated on, and I said that someone was going to take the championship lead. Monaco, mate, Monaco.
Someone's going to take the championship lead.
When I was in another league, commentating on said other league, okay. I said that someone was going to take the championship lead from another driver. That driver then decided to rip his rear tyre off, remember? It was Dye. No. It was Dye last week.
Was it Dye, was it?
Last week, remember?
Dye ripped his tyre off.
Yes. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Alright, let's have a look at the leader interval. Again, only 3 seconds though. And Lee now is losing a position right now to Gold Colours. He's got to make the calculated decision. But Lee is going to try and hold it round the outside. He is going to have to cut this curve. No, he hasn't. Gold Colours into P1. But Lee again on the switchback. Look at the power. That Honda power is just brilliant. Thank God Red Bull took it last year. This year even. Pena Solheim, 3 second time penalty. That will move up T. Jonas 1 position. But it's still on penalties. And I think Lee is still going to lose the position because T. Jonas' tyres just aren't dying quick enough to help Lee. I genuinely am biting my nails moving through this, so I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, T. Jonas is still within the 6 second window.
I think the worst thing is Pena Solheim and Gold Colours' power they've got on the younger tyres. There's lag coming from Pena Solheim, sorry, from Gold Colours by the looks of it. But Lee's going wide.
Yeah, that's very true.
I don't know what to do. I'm running out of words. Gold Colours.
2 seconds. The top 5 are in a different time zone to the bottom. What is it? The bottom 7, the bottom 8.
Golcola's going very wide, trying to get the best run he can on Toro Rosso. He's got it. Right now, we're going to change it back to leader. And 3.3 seconds is the gap right now between T. Jonas and the leader of the Grand Prix. DRS open. Golcola's going down the inside once more. And this is the point that is killing Lee's race. All that Hal has to do is just beg for Lee to keep battling the way he is.
Yeah, but now he can get him back down this straight if he stays close enough to Godcolors.
Now the DRS once more. This is the thing is, the swapping and changing is the thing that's killing Lee's time. It's brilliant for us to watch, but it is killing Lee's chance of the championship right here.
Yeah, it's something you've got to do. 3.9 seconds, the guy is still falling back.
But is it enough? Yarman and Mike are trading times, but they're 15 seconds away. That won't affect these guys. And unless there's a big incident, unless T. Jonas spins or something, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm running out of words. Quick, someone say something to help me. And don't say banana bread, because I will start thinking about banana bread.
I don't like banana bread.
Neither do I, to be honest. I don't like bananas. I needed that, to be honest. I really did, because my heart is going straight through my shirt right now. How do I do this? Honestly, I need a blood pressure monitor on myself. How am I doing this? Golcola's with a 3-second time penalty. I think T. Jonas is closing in a little bit. Let's have a look at the leader score. 4.8 seconds. His tyres are dead. Penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. Is it enough? Oh my god, AJ, my heart. I can't do it. I'm going to have a heart attack.
At the minute, it is very close. It is very, very close.
I'm genuinely going to have a coronary right now, to be honest. Pedal Solheim having a look at Lee now, trying to live. Marl Fletcher boy into the back of Pedal Solheim. "80% humidity," says Connor, who's actually in Abu Dhabi at this moment. How does Crofty do this? For God's sake, of a man at his age. Good grief. Pedal Solheim, another time penalty. That is going to help Lee one position, I think. But let's check. 5.8 seconds. It's 2 tenths away. That is 6 seconds. Lee Nell is currently leading the champion. He's going to win the championship.
But he is 2 seconds behind Godcolors.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. I completely forgot that. Oops. Final lap of the Grand Prix, Debutant leading across the line, and Linnell, his heart must be going as fast as mine is. Mine is going like an absolute, well, mine's going as fast as one of these cars right now on track. What's going to happen? Pedal Solheim's disconnecting, Pedal Solheim's reconnecting, there's lag. If he lag hits Lee now, that is going to be the story of the season right at the end, isn't it?
Absolutely.
7.4 seconds.
Back straight.
There's something wrong with Pedal Solheim's power. Yeah, I've disconnected from him, so I've lost engine notes from him. They've all just stuck on full revs. He's trying it. He's too far back this time.
4, 5, 6, 7. T. Jonas about 4.9 behind, 4.7 behind.
Oh my god, I can't do this. This is insane.
At this point, he still has the championship. But how close can you get? Like, this is ridiculous.
I can't, AJ, I'm going to have a heart attack. I genuinely am. It's contact! Pedal Solheim hitting Linnell!
That was out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that.
Is that lag? Is it? Fletcher boy on the back. Is he going to try and help out the guy that helped him win the Season 1 Constructors' Championship?
T. Jonas is having problems as well. Mike Bundy's alongside T. Jonas at the minute.
No, he's not. He's alongside Yarman.
He's not, he's just behind him. Oh no, he's not, he's further along. Sorry,
Golcola's is about to cross the line to win the Grand Prix on debut. The fireworks are out for one driver. Who's champion? Linnell comes away. Linnell's in the lead. Fletcher boy into P2. Where's T. Jonas? T. Jonas is Season 3 champion!
1.7 seconds.
T. Jonas wins on penalties.
No, it's not. 1.1 seconds is the difference. That is incredible.
What? And ending there.
1 point and 1.7 seconds. That is absolutely nuts.
But this is our guy, the man who won the first Grand Prix back in Australia of Season 3. T. Jonas is world champion.
That's class. Congratulations to T. Jonas. Not sure whether he knows it yet. He's just won the championship. But that is, yeah, incredible drive from both of those guys. Really gave it their all that race. And look how close it is. So close in terms of talent.
People saying that Peter Solheim hitting Lee right at the end was the end of the championship, but this is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you the Season 3 champion, barring any stewards' investigations. That is T. Jonas, is the winner. Hegloof, T. Jonas' older brother, jumping in the chat right at the end, saying well done. There it is, Lionel. Lionel,
Alson doing some donuts on T. Jonas's behalf.
I think in all of this, Mercedes might be champion. I'm not sure. One Mercedes finished. One of them finished. Of course, driver's never happy.
They really need to let. They need to create an option, I think, in this game where you can do a kind of cool down lap, and then you can go nuts with the donuts at the end.
Definitely will be. Definitely how it should be.
Lovely addition to the game.
There he is, Fletcher Boy P1, the champion. That's it, not championship leader, the champion in P2, and unfortunately runner-up is Lionel. What a fantastic race.
Yeah, it's incredible. See those guys on the podium as well. After such a closely fought race. Yeah, brilliant racing.
And we will be chatting to all three of these gentlemen at the end of the Grand Prix. So here are the results, barring any stewards' investigations, with Fletcher Boy in P1 ahead of T. Jonas in P2, Lionel in P3. P4 was Gold Colours, and P5 was Peter Solheim, P6 was Mike Bundy, P7 was Fester, P8 was Diboosh, P9 was Yarman, and P10 was Steve Pasley, Alson Senegal in P11. Outside of the points, and who did not finish the Grand Prix. Gaming Things in P12, Electro Dan in P13, Racer 555 in P14, Zippo in P15, Smelly Badger in P16, and Kata on debut in P17.
And unfortunately, mate, I'm going to have to leave it there.
Oh, off you go.
Which really sucks. But yeah, it was a brilliant race. I really enjoyed that one, but unfortunately, I have to go and do some other stuff. Off
you go. I think that's going to be clipped. That reaction to championship should be clipped quite repeatedly there.
No, of course not. No, congratulations to those guys. They raced really hard. I don't want to take anything away from that. Cool. See you later, guys.
All right, see you later. So I will be conducting the interviews, and let's get them in. So who we're looking for? We're looking for Fletcher Boy, T. Jonas, and Lionel. Let's get them in. Where are they hiding? Lee. Looks like T. Jonas and Fletch are hiding offline, which is very helpful for me. What am I about? SFR. SFR. No, where is he? Oh, hold on. T. Jonas has me under real name request. H-A-L. We will get only the top 3 into the championship. Oh, we can't have Halvor in with us. So we'll have to only have Lee and Fletch. Let me just get Fletch in here. We only have the top 3, and in this case, the champions in there. I have still got Fletcher Boy blocked. Oops, that's unfortunate. Let me just invite Lee, and I'll unblock Fletch. Where is he? Let me just unblock him. Not awkward at all. All right, so that's the invites sent out. So we'll get these two in. We'll have a chat with them. Well, no, Daniel, he didn't win because he had penalties that dropped him down to 6th place. So he didn't win the race. He won on track, but with the penalties, he's dropped down to P6. So he was not on the podium. Ergo, he's not having podium interviews. All right, so Lee Nell joins us. Lee, is your party set to share?
Yeah, it should be.
We got and we won't have TJ in here because he's decided to go off and cry. I think I'm gonna stick with that. And we should have Josh joining in a second, but we'll get them in a moment in time. Diabu's asking how to unscrew a stripped screw. He asks. Let me just oh shit. Oh, excuse me. I have unblocked Josh, which is very annoying that if that is what's having the issue there. Yeah, right, let's try inviting him again. Of course it wouldn't be SFR if right at the end we wouldn't have an issue, would it? We'll see. Hopefully Josh can join us again as winner of that Grand Prix. Looks like he's in. Is he coming in? Just cause for silence as we're trying to work out how to get Josh in. Do excuse why it's blue. It's causes chaos right at the end of the season. It's matching how we started the season, isn't it, Lee?
What do you say then? Sorry, Jack, I was reading something.
We'll just have to get Josh in on a different account because the world infinitely hates me. It's exactly the same as how we started the season with the chaos at the end of it, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. So Josh switching to another account because clearly he's running around trying to find out all his settings and all that. Okay, guys, let's not discuss that because let's just keep that all nice and under wraps because right now it's all under embargo, barring any serious investigations. But this is our top 3 that we've got at this moment in time. So there he is. You don't like me. No? Okay, fine. That's literally it. Gonna sit there in silence.
Sorry, my mic was on mute. No, yeah, I couldn't jump for some reason. Sorry, but.
All right, so we'll start with Lee and mate. What can I say there? Is it emotional that you lost, or is it a bit where midway through the race did you think I could actually win this one?
I'm a bit gutted. I think I could have won it. I got contact off a few people, which cost me time. So
I'll ask
the
big question quickly though before you go overall, because the big question was people claiming that hit with Peder Solheim that came out of nowhere right at the end has cost you the championship. Do you feel it was that way as well?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
So Peder Solheim, another qualifying ban for Australia, and throughout the rest of his SFR career will have qualifying bans. All right, Lee, sorry. Take us through what you were going to say.
Oh, that was about it. Good season, though, overall. Just have to try again next season.
So, next season you're in... Oh, God, what car are you in? Are you in the...
I'm in the Red Bull.
Oh, you're Red Bull?
Smelly Badger.
The Smelly Badger. So, you're leading Northern... everyone, yeah, you're leading Northern King there. So, with Red Bull, do you think Red Bull power is your answer? You've been promoted from Toro Rosso into Red Bull. How does that feel?
Same difference to me, Jack. What cars it same?
Play the game, Lee. Play the game.
Do you want me to role play? I'm delighted,
I don't get
Jack.
much like anymore. Look, the last time we role played, you had whips and I was in a bunny costume, so we need to sort this out on track. Come on.
Shh! Don't tell everyone.
So, overall, that battle, I mean, I don't know how I feel right at the end with that contact from Pettis Online. It seemed his legs sort of catching up. We can ask Fletch about that because he was right behind him. But it was hard fought, and do you think, especially, you came out, I know it was mid-season when you really mounted your championship charge, wasn't it?
You mean when I switched assist back on? Yeah.
When the Toro Rosso updates came, you mean?
yeah, updates, yeah.
So, do you think that coming off the back of this, I won't say defeat, this knockback, are you going to mount a stronger charge for championship next season?
It'll be tougher next season. There's a lot more faster guys in here now, so I'll be struggling to get podiums, I think, next season.
There we go. I'm going to struggle to finish races. Well, we'll leave Lee to imagine me in a bunny costume again, and we'll move on to Hal, who's not here because he doesn't love me. So I'm going to bring up. We're all now thinking that Mick Enemy was changing whips. I'm going to talk to Lee. I asked Hal how he felt about this. He said he feels brilliant, but he's not sure about these penalties. He's not sure how he feels about these penalties, winning the race on penalties, winning championship on penalties, but he's happy when he crossed the line. Big thank you to Lee for the battle this season, and what a way to finish the season. Anything you want to say to Hal on stream that is PG?
Do I want to say anything to Hal?
Yeah.
Just say, it's been a great fight, Hal. Same again next season.
All right, so
well done.
I guess we have got to talk to Fletch, haven't we? I guess we have to.
I guess.
Oh, do
we have to?
Yeah, do we have to? Why don't we just leave it there? I mean, it's not like he won the Grand Prix, yes, but he didn't win the championship. Let's just leave it there. So this is the season 3 of No. Okay, Josh, I'll put you out of your misery. You started outside the top 10, you won the Grand Prix. You're showing off at this point again, aren't you?
I was so surprised when I crossed the line and I won, to be honest with you. I did not expect it. Because I had one penalty, so I thought, someone's bound to have none in front of me. But then I won, and I was like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that. But yeah, it was more luck, to be honest, because everyone was battling, so I was able to close up to them. So if they weren't battling, I would imagine they would have had the pace on me to pull away.
So with this, you got to drive in your Mercedes Season 4 team with this.
Yeah.
You're very comfortable with Mike. Don't break him. I like him. He's one of my friends as well.
Yeah.
So are you going to mount a serious... I mean, you are Constructors Champions this year. I know you're just joining that team, but you're a reserve now.
Yeah.
But Mercedes are Constructors Champions.
Right, okay. No pressure then.
But are you going to mount a serious charge next season?
Mike's quick, so I imagine he could probably carry me to it, yeah. Hopefully, I would say.
Well,
I don't know till next season, to be honest.
Yes, and we do have a nice week's break for everyone to relax in.
Yeah.
But overall, in the last few races that you've been in, are you enjoying your return to SFR?
Yeah, definitely. It's very enjoyable.
I mean, it's
well
home,
done
isn't it?
to Tom as well and Lee.
Try again.
How and Lee it was a good fight. I was just sitting back watching, but yeah.
All right. So, because I don't have a co-commentator, I'll ask these two both it. On the scale of 1 to 10, starting with Lee on the race thermometer, how was that race for you, and how sweaty are your underpants?
I'd give it a 9. Good
well, to be fair, you almost gave me a coronary halfway through that, Lee, so you're paying for the NHS now. Because, oh my god, I thought I was going to die. Josh?
Yeah, I'd say 9 as well.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with them because I'm a lemming. All right. So that is the end of the podium interviews. Congratulations to Cheetos for being season 3 champion in the Alfa Romeo, and commiserations to Lee right at the end, falling at the last Herbal. Herbal? Yeah, last Herbal T he's fallen at. I'm going to stick with that one. But yes, season 3 has been an eventful one, and it has been the best season yet for SFR, and I really hope that season 4 can be just as good for GP2. So, any farting words? Yeah, any farting words for the fans, Lee?
Just thank you for watching. Hope we can do this again next year, put on a good show. Yeah, just thanks, really.
And Josh? Don't you dare say VSR Team 1.
No. Same as Lee, just hope it's a good season next season.
And I think that we're all going to enjoy our little week off. But SFR is not done. We have one more race, and that's tomorrow in the Premier Division. I will be joined by Alex, and it will be the last time that me and Alex are joined together in the Premier Division for Season 3. You don't want to miss that. The champion has already been crowned, but I won't tell you who it is until tomorrow. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching the Season 3 Championship here in GP2, and I think you all have had a great season. 21 weeks ago, we started this one with 11 drivers. Now we ended it with less than 10 finishing the race. Well, actually, we ended it with 11 drivers finishing the race, so we've gone full circle. So that'll do, I think. That'll do. Have a nice week off, folks, and we'll see you in Season 4. Ta-ra, guys.